Viral photo of teen walking to graduation alone leads to incredible surprise. Welcome back to the channel again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Now look, I'll be trying, man. I'll be trying really hard to do funny, uplifting type videos. A lot of people ain't into it. It's true. It's true. People want to see controversy. They want to see drama. They want to see all that type of stuff. And this video will show you, guaranteed. But we gonna check it out, man. Shout out to all the graduates. I know school is getting back in right now, but yeah, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
At first, it seemed like just another gray morning in Birmingham, Alabama. The streets were quiet, the sky was dull, and the city was slowly waking up. But in the middle of it all, one teenager stood out. He walked alone in his cap and gown, with no signs, no music, no crowd, and no car waiting, only quiet determination. Bus driver Dee Bree was on her usual route when she noticed him. A young man in formal clothes walked carefully down the sidewalk, not looking lost, not glancing around, just quietly moving forward. Dee watched as he got on her Max Transit bus, sat quietly for a few stops, then got off and kept walking. He was still alone and still determined. She didn't know who he was or where he was going, but something about that moment stayed with her.
You know what I just thought about? Way back in the day when I was going to elementary school, and it was a decent little walk. I remember that I walked. I remember walking to school. Sorry for my dogs in the background. That just hit me. I had a nice little walk to school I used to walk to school all the time, but I remember walking on my graduation day because I believe I graduated and my sister graduated, but she was in like junior high school. So my mother went to her and my father went to mine, but I remember walking.
So she took a quick photo from the driver's seat and later shared it online. "I didn't know him," she said, "but I was inspired. He was so determined, even though no one was with him." The photo quickly gained attention. It captured a quiet moment of strength, showing a teen on his own, heading towards something important with steady focus.
Yeah.
People across the internet started asking the same question: who was this young man? As the photo gained attention, his name surfaced. Corey Patrick, a senior at Tarrant High School, became the center of a story that reached far beyond his hometown and touched hearts across the country. Corey had been part of the Tarrant school community since 4th grade. Before his senior year, his family moved about 14 miles across the city.
And again, I mentioned I walked to school every day. I'm pretty sure he did the same thing, but just seeing him in the cap and gown, drew all the attention in there. Because you would think somebody on graduation day would at least get a ride to school or just something like that, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Changing schools might have made things easier, but Corey wasn't ready to leave the classmates he'd grown up with. He made a choice to graduate with his classmates no matter what. His family didn't have a car, so he relied on the bus every day. He got up around 4 a.m., left by 4:30, and spent over an hour getting to school. At night, he wouldn't get home until long after dark. Still, he showed up every single day. On graduation day, nothing changed. He woke up, got ready, and started his commute, this time wearing the gown he had earned. His mother, Felicia White, said he never complained. "He's quiet, reserved, and humble," she said, "but he gets things done." Dee's photo kept spreading. The image of Corey in his cap and gown struck a nerve with people everywhere. He hadn't asked for help. He hadn't asked to be seen. But in that one photo, his strength came through. One of the people who saw it was Birmingham radio host Ricky Smiley. He invited Corey to appear on his morning show. There in front of a live audience, Ricky surprised him with a brand new car. Corey accepted the gift with quiet gratitude. He hadn't walked to graduation hoping for a reward. He simply wanted to finish what he started. Soon after, a GoFundMe was set up to support Corey's college plans. Donations came in from across the country. The fundraiser passed $21,000. And then came more good news. Corey was awarded a full scholarship to Jacksonville University. But none of that was promised when he stepped onto the sidewalk that morning. What he had was a decision to keep going, no matter how far the walk or how early the morning. This was a proud moment for him, his mom said. He did what he had to do to walk that stage. The photo Dee took wasn't planned or staged. It was one quiet moment captured by someone who happened to be paying attention, a moment that reminded people that determination doesn't need an audience. Corey's story became more than just a viral photo. It became proof that quiet effort still matters, that not every act of strength is loud, and that even when no one's watching, someone might still take notice.
Yes.
He didn't ask for the spotlight, but he earned it step by step, mile by mile.
This is what I'm talking about, man. See, stuff like this is so inspiring. I can remember I had on a purple shirt and some black slacks, some black dress shoes, and a purple tie. And I want to say I think I was walking to school with my brother, my older brother, who went to Verbum Day High School. And I was going to 112th Street School Elementary, right by the Nickerson Gardens, the projects. And I lived on 118th in Central, and the school was on 112th. But it was a nice walk for, you think about a kid in elementary school. And I remember walking, but like, I'm just saying, if you're, it's one thing, like if you're driving and you see like a group of kids walking to their graduation, and you get that, like, oh man, like you kind of reminisce a little bit. It's graduation day. But when you see one kid walking, a lot of stuff go through your head. You're probably wondering, like, he couldn't get a ride, he don't have no friends. All that stuff starts to play in your mind, man. But this dude, he probably just walking with confidence, doing what he does every day. And that's why I say you never know when people are watching. Like I said, people were looking, but that cap and gown with him walking, people actually they seen him, and somebody paid close attention. Like I said, every day kids walk to school. We know this to be true. But on graduation day, most people will be like, damn, you at least want to get this dude a ride or something. But he is like, I'm not going to ask for nothing. I'm just going to do what I've been doing. And this brother done got a car. He done got some money. And he got a full ride scholarship. Come on, man. It's almost like I want to keep up with this brother, because people like this, man, they be going places. I was just watching, because you guys don't know, man, I be watching so much stuff to balance out all the craziness I watch. But I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was on Good Morning America, where those two Asian girls were like adopted, and then it was their first time meeting, and they met on the show. It was like Michael Strahan and some other people, but they were two identical twins who were adopted by two different families, and they met in person for the first time. It was so emotional for them. And I had seen that video before, but it had popped up, and then another video popped up, and they both graduated from high school now as valedictorians. Both of them. They go to two different schools, but they're both valedictorians, which I thought was awesome, because you always want to know, how is the life going to pan out? I talk about in those other videos about child stars and how a lot of them don't have a childhood because of all the acting and traveling and all that other stuff they're doing. And as they get older, they're trying to really figure out themselves. They grew up as a character. Now they're trying to make a name to try to disassociate from what they were. And a lot of them struggle with it. So it's always good to see kids on a good path. And, you can kind of tell, man, when someone is finna go somewhere. Shout out to this brother. Shout out to the people who recorded and shared this story, man, because, yeah, that's beautiful. See, and this is a positive, uplifting video. But we'll see what YouTube does as far as the algorithm go. Because like I said, I can sit here and react to positive stuff all day long. Nobody's hardly going to see it. But hey, appreciate y'all coming over and watching, man. Peace out.